Hey everyone, this is Mike from the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm going to show you a new expansion for Mystic Vale that came out recently. It's called the Nemesis expansion, and this takes Mystic Vale, which is usually a 2 to 4 player competitive game, and adds in a full solo mode if you want to play that way. No disclaimer needed for this one. I traded for a copy of Mystic Vale and then bought the expansion myself. But I do want to give credit to Razupath, a fellow game reviewer. He's the one who mentioned Mystic Vale to me and kind of got me interested in the push your luck mechanics of it and how the game plays overall. So I will do a review of the game as well, focusing on the solo mode if you want to check that out. But let me show you how the solo mode plays and go through an entire game of it. So first in the solo mode, you have a few choices to make in terms of difficulty. You've got this little board that determines what the AI will buy to build up their victory points, and you can see you can do an easy start or a standard start. I don't think I'm particularly good at the game, and I'll probably lose horribly, but I'm going to try the standard start anyway. You additionally choose a Nemesis you want to play against, and the relative difficulty is shown up here in the corner. They go from 1 to 4. And again, I don't think I'm that good, so I'm not going to go for a really tough one. I'll go for the toughest level one, which is the Blight Troll. And in Mystic Vale, every player gets a 20-card deck of sleeved cards that's identical. And some of those cards are cursed lands that have this little blight symbol on them. So I'm going to pick one or just randomly determine one of those cards and slide my Nemesis right in. He'll become that card instead of the normal cursed land it would be. The Nemesis expansion also comes with 8 leaders. They've had these in other expansions as well. And it is recommended that you use one of these when you play against a Nemesis, just to kind of balance the scales. So you randomly draw 2 and pick one. Let's see who we got. Okay, so we've got the Oakenstride Titan. During the harvest phase, you can cancel all negative victory point effects on one card in my field. That's something that comes from the Nemesis expansion. He also has one growth icon on him, which is basically going to help me draw more cards onto my turns when he comes out. And every Titan has a victory point value down here and also a cost to upgrade them. And for the leaders, the Titans in the Nemesis expansion, they actually come out of the sleeve they're in and become a permanent upgrade when you flip them. My other choice, the Tidal Wave Titan, gives me extra mana, which can be used to buy things. It also gives me more of these guardian symbols that can have different effects based on the cards I build into. So they both have nice effects, but I like that the Tidal Wave Titan can be upgraded by either some symbols or by spending some mana, so I'm going to go ahead and pick him. And kind of like with the Nemesis, you take your leader and put them in a blank card in your deck, so it's no longer nothing. Then you shuffle your deck up and you're good to go on that end. And this is something from the standard game of Mystic Vale, but you start with one of these little bonus mana tokens on its exhausted side. Next, you set up the Commons of Advancements. These are the cards you'll be buying, and they're marked with a level 1 through 3, although some cards in the Nemesis expansion have 4 levels, but they're mixed in with the level 3 cards. You also always have this deck of Fertile Soils in play for you to buy if you like. But for the rest, you take 12 random cards from the level 1 deck, I've already done that, and then all of the cards from the level 2 and 3 deck. You can mix in everything from the Nemesis expansion with your base game, but this one actually contains basically the same number of advancements as the core game, so they suggest, especially for your first plays, just playing with one or the other, because the combos are kind of easier to find. So I'm just using the Nemesis cards today. And the common starts with 3 cards of each level out. If we had gotten any level 4s in the level 3 stack, they would become kind of their own row and we'd redraw, but that didn't happen here. Next, we shuffle the level 1 and level 2 Vale cards. I've already done that, and again, these are just the ones from the Nemesis expansion. And we deal out 4 of each of these. We next create a pool of 23 victory points. That's how many you use for both a 1 or 2 player game. And these will both get us points as we play through the game and also be the end game timer. And finally, we set up our field. And this is going to be something we do really frequently, so I'll explain it more in the how to play section. But the basic idea is you deal cards out in a line until you get 2 decay cards in your line, plus a 3rd decay symbol on your on-deck card, which is basically the card that is top revealed on your deck. Oh, when revealed on deck, discard 2 cards in your field with no blight or decay symbols, as many as possible, so that card's discarded, which doesn't really matter. So here we go, we've got 2 decay symbols, and then my on-deck on top of my deck has a 3rd one, and my field is now set up to begin play. So let's talk about the basics of playing Mystic Vale. Each turn begins with a planting phase. You will have, at the end of your last turn, have done what I did at the beginning of the game here, which is deal cards until you have 2 decay symbols in your field and 1 on deck. And you have a choice in your planting phase to pass or push. If you pass, you just stick with what you have in your field and you use these cards to resolve the rest of your turn. If you push, you take your on-deck card, you add it to your field, and you flip up a new card, and here we go. You have the chance to either spoil or not. Spoiling means that you have 4 blight symbols showing total, including your on-deck card. So basically you can push your luck or not. Here I showed you what it would look like if I pushed my luck. I got a 4th blight, which means I basically lose my entire turn. I have spoiled, all these cards get discarded, and that's it for my turn. Now let's assume for a second that I didn't do that, that I just passed with what I had. So if I did not spoil, which here we're saying I didn't, I go into my harvest phase where I can resolve any harvest effects on cards I have in my field. I don't have any. I can also spend any mana to buy advancements from up here. For example, the generic fertile soil here will cost 2 mana to buy and will get me an extra 1 in future rounds. I can buy up to 2 advancements in a single round. And when you buy an advancement, you pick any card currently in your field that does not have anything in the matching slot of the card you're buying, and you just slide it right in there. So now suddenly your card is upgraded. That's kind of the key gimmick of the game. Additionally, some cards I get will have spirit icons, like these ones here. This is one of each of the basic types. And I can use those to get Vale cards. They'll show you which spirits they need. You can only use a given spirit icon once per round. And these will stay out in front of me. They don't go into my deck. They're generally worth victory points and will often give you some special ability as well. Like with advancements, you can only buy 2 Vale cards in a single turn. And all this stuff, buying advancements, buying Vales, using harvest effects, can be done in whatever order you like. And quick note that your on-deck card is not available for any effects. You can't spend its mana. It is not for anything except for seeing if you spoil from a decay symbol. After my harvest phase, I go into the discard phase. All my cards are discarded. Then I go into a new prep phase where I keep on drawing cards until I have 2 decay symbols in my field and 1 on deck, like the beginning of the game. After the prep phase, I resolve a Nemesis turn, and this happens whether I spoiled or not. He does not care if I messed up my turn. All I do is I move the hourglass forward 1 space, and then the Nemesis gains to its victory pile the card indicated. So here, from the row of first level advancements, it gets the right card. And all it cares about is whether it gets victory points or not, which would be little gray symbols like this over here in the corner. So this card would be worth nothing to the Nemesis. In later rounds, the Nemesis will also automatically take some victory points from the pile of 23. Whenever this pool of 23 runs out, I finish my turn and the Nemesis finishes their turn, and then we see who has the higher score, and that's who wins the game. And your score will again come from the Vales and advancements you bought. They have little victory point symbols sometimes in the corner here. And many cards will also gain you victory point tokens or negative victory points, which subtract from your score. Oh, and the one thing I forgot, when you spoil, you get to flip your little bonus token here, and you can flip this on any future harvest turn to get 1 extra mana, so it's kind of a little consolation prize for screwing up. All right, I'm going to reshuffle the rest of my deck, but keep my on-deck card. We'll see how the game goes as I actually play it. So first we're in my planting phase. I have 2 mana showing, which is not a lot, but enough to at least buy a fertile soil. If I push, I will get a 3rd mana, and then assuming I don't turn up another blight, I'll be able to buy with that. And the thing is, even if I push here and lose the 2 mana, I'll get my bonus, which will give me a mana for a future turn, so I think it's probably a good idea to push this turn. Okay, so hey, awesome luck. So I'm not going to push again. I don't want to take my chances, but I do now have 3 mana to spend. And just to show my Nemesis again, now that you kind of know how the game works, I discard 2 cards in my field when he shows up on deck that don't have a decay symbol. So this turn he didn't really do anything except take away a card, but in future turns he'll do more. So let's look at my level 1 advancements, because they're the only ones I'm really going to be able to afford. So I've got a Frostcaster Conciliator. He can get me 1 victory point every time he comes out, as long as I don't spoil, and 1 mana. A Park Gardener gets me a Spirit token to get Vales, and every time he gets discarded, I can add a Fertile Soil to him if possible. That's not as good as it could be currently, because he's best putting him on a blank card, so that then he'll be able to get 2 Fertile Soils for free in the future. Finally, I could go for the Marsh Ogre that I know the AI is about to take. And let's see, he gets me 1 victory point every time he comes out. And there's a new thing to the Nemesis expansion. How it works is if the rest of the card has these icons, then I get this bonus. And this is a card that cancels 1 decay symbol. So basically, if I built it into this cursed land and got another card with a decay symbol up here, he would give me 1 green to counter the red that I have on the card already. But I don't want to accidentally give the AI victory points, so I think I'm going to go for the simple guy that gives me more money and victory points. And I can add him to any of these, but I'd rather put him on the cursed land since the Nemesis is going to be discarding my cards without decay symbols sometimes. And I didn't say this in the how-to part of the video, but you immediately replace, and if a level runs out, like I have no more level 1s, then I'll put a level 2 in there instead. All right, I go to the discard phase, get rid of all the cards that I played. And then the planting phase, I've got 1 decay, 2 decay, okay, and there's the third. Wow, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana for next turn. That is crazy. And my Titan, awesome. Now we resolve the Nemesis turn. He's taking the rightmost level 1 advancement. We already saw what it was, the Marsh Ogre that's worth nothing for him. But just like when I buy stuff, it's immediately replace wherever he bought. All right, my planning phase, I'd be basically insane to try to push here because I already have such a good turn. So let's see how I want to spend my 5 mana. So I can say every one of my cards in my field has a Guardian symbol, but none of your starting cards benefit from that, so it's not going to matter yet. But I can buy advancements for 1 less for each Guardian symbol on them, so I can look at that as I'm looking for things. And additionally, if I wanted to, if I had 6 mana, I could just flip him right now and make him a permanent bonus. So I'll tell you for free that I can't afford any of the level 3 cards, so let's look at the level 2s. All right, so a Chimera is a very interesting one, although I actually don't have enough to buy him, so I shouldn't really consider it, but I'll show you. So he gives me -2 victory points every time he comes up. He gives me 1 of every spirit symbol. He adds a decay to my deck, which is usually a terrible thing. He's worth 1 victory point, and this symbol means he can be replaced. If I get another card that's for the top third, I can build over him and cover this stuff up. But that decay symbol's still going to be there, so I don't think I want to do that. All right, the battering ram costs 6. He does have a guardian symbol though, so I can buy him if I want to, but he's also adding a decay to my deck, not great. But Harvest gained 3 mana for each guardian symbol on this card. Oh my gosh. With my Titan, he'll get an extra symbol for free before I even build anything else in there, so he'll get me 6 mana. I think I need to take him. But just to check my other options, Suncaster Seer, she has 1 yellow spirit symbol, 1 mana. And while she's in the field, twice per turn, if you were to spoil, you may gain 2 negative victory points and discard your on-deck card instead. So she gives me some nice kind of mitigation of spoiling. But I think the battering ram is the clear choice to go with my Titan. So remember, I can only afford it because of the discount for my Titan. And I think I'm going to put him on a blank card because I would like to potentially put more Guardian symbol cards on him and really make this bonus be huge. All right, so there goes everything. We plant again. I'm sure we'll get it pretty quickly this time. Yeah, there we go. So just 2 mana, I'll probably push again. All right, Nemesis takes the middle level 1 advancement, which again has no victory points for him, but things will of course be ramping up quickly. All right, I'm going to push because it's not that big of a deal if I spoil and get my little bonus here. And I did. So my entire hand is discarded right away, but I get this, and I don't get to buy anything this turn. I just go right to planning. Okay, we got 1, 2 blanks. Whenever you have to add more cards to get to what you need for your planting, you reshuffle your deck. This is a second. Oh, and there's a third on deck. And the AI is going to finally be on the board. He's buying the rightmost level 2 advancement, which is that Chimera I was scared of, so that's 1 victory point for him. It'll be back to a level 1 at the end of this turn. All right, so I don't want to push this time, not because of the cards I currently have, but because I would hate to lose this guy. It's going to give me a victory point, and I'll get 2 mana from that card. So I'll say what I have 2 mana and a third if I want to use this. So let's look back at the new things that showed up. Oh my gosh. Ah, darn it. He's going to buy this. Because this would have been amazing with that other card I got. It's got 2 guardian symbols, though it doesn't do anything for itself, but it costs too much. And this is if you get a victory point from some other card on here, it'll make both these spirit symbols. Okay, Scout is another replaceable one. He gets you 1 mana, and that's even if you cover him up, because it's in this little middle thing. And also, if you have these spirits on this card, including the space that he gets covered up, you can draw and keep a level 1 Vale from the top of the level 1 Vale deck. Not bad. Although I don't have any spirit symbols yet, so that doesn't seem like that good for me. Finally, a Fairy Dance just costs 2, and it gets me 1 spirit symbol. When played, you may discard one of your last 2 cards played. That could get rid of a decay symbol to make it more likely that I would be okay. So let's see, I'm thinking either get them for the spirit symbol or just get a Fertile Soul for more mana protection. Yeah, I think I'll go for the Fairy Dance, because with my Guardian card, I'll already have a lot of money. And I'll put her in a blank card for now, because I want to use her power to get rid of decay cards, so putting her on a decay card wouldn't really serve a purpose. And hey, that didn't use my bonus mana, so I still have that good to go. And I get my big card out. Some more mana. Ooh, some more mana. Oh my gosh. There's 2 decays and there's a third. See, another turn I can't really afford to skip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful, plus a free victory point in a second. And none of these powers would resolve if I spoiled. So like I wouldn't get that victory point if I chose to push and messed up. All right, Nemesis getting a level 1. Once again, worth no victory points. Although, man, I wish I could have gotten that. So I'll stick here. I get 1 victory point for my Conciliator. And I've got 5, 6 if I want it. Let's see, I've got a new one that costs 6, Blackwood Lord. It's worth 2 victory points. He gets me a growth symbol that would cancel a decay and a wild spirit. That's great for getting Vales. But yuck, every time he comes out, he adds -3 victory points. But this still might be worth it because my Titan has the ability to get rid of negative victory points. So I could kind of go back and forth using this and be okay. There's also this Bladed Rancor that the Nemesis is about to buy. It's worth 1 victory point. If I have both a decay and a growth on here, I can get 2 wilds, but that seems unlikely. He does have a helmet, but I'll let the Nemesis get that. And so Blackwood Lord coming in. And for the growth symbols, I love to pair them with Cursed Lands. That way that becomes basically a null card and won't make me spoil anymore, so we'll do that. It did use up our bonus, though, so there we go. Let's see, 1, 2, I'm a Titan. But there's the card I added, oh well. Oh, there's a bummer. He would have paired so well with a Titan, but they're not going to see each other unless I push. Okay, and the AI is getting the 1-point Rancor that we saw. But he's going to accelerate drastically in a minute. He's going to get a level 3 advancement and some Vales, and then he'll start getting 2 things many of the turns going forward. All right, so I have a tough call here. Right now I have 3 mana. If I push and don't spoil, then this guy will gain a bonus Guardian symbol, and he'll count as getting me 6 mana instead of 3. But if I push and do spoil, then I won't get even his 3 mana for the next turn, which could be really good. Yeah, so I think I'm going to be safe and just buy this Even Cloak Prowler. It's 1 mana, a different spirit symbol. That's great. And it costs 3, so that'll use everything. I guess I'll put it on this blank card for now. I'll see if I would have spoiled. Oh, I wouldn't have, darn. That would have been a really great turn. Oh, Blight Troll. He'll just discard the blank. Again, it's nice that I have good cards with decay symbols on them. Okay, and a whole lot of nothing. Ah, there we go. Okay, big turn for the AI. He's buying a level 1 Vale and a level 3 advancement. So 3 advancement gets him 3 victory points. Jeez. The level 1 Vale gets him 2. That was a really good turn for him. He's back to a more minor turn next time. All right, so currently with this guy's ability to gain 3 mana for each Guardian symbol on him, I have 4 mana. And you're allowed to look through your discard pile, and I just checked, and I know for sure that this bottom card is a Blight card, a Decay card, so I'm not going to push, of course. So I think a definite good play is the Mesmerizer Toad here. He's got a Guardian symbol, so I can build him on my other card, and that'll get me 6 mana every time it comes out now. And he's got a Growth and a Decay to cancel each other out. But a nice potential combo for the future, because now this card will have 2 Decay on it with a Growth to cancel 1. There are cards that cancel all Decay on a card, so if I get like that on this top spot, then it would just become a 1 Growth card, which is great. Now I still have 2 mana left, and I can buy 1 more thing. And I like to have big turns of money, so I'm going to get a Fertile Soil. This is the generic card you can always buy, and they have them in all sets. And I'll put that in the second spot, so this will be a 2 mana card now instead of 1. And then I get 2 Cursed Lands, we know about that. Now this does not count as my 3rd Decay, because again, the Growth cancels out the Decay symbol. When played, which means when it goes into the field, you may discard one of your last 2 cards played. Unfortunately, I'm happy to have that card, and I want to discard a blank, so that doesn't really help me at all. Oh man, that was a lot of stuff, not bad. And the AI is getting the rightmost level 2 and the middle level 1. That's a 1 victory point and a 0, not minding that much. Alright, so again, this is a turn where it seems like it would be dumb to push and spoil. I do get a whopping 3 negative victory points from that fun guy, but we'll be able to get rid of them later, hopefully. But then I've got a green spirit and a wild spirit, so I'll definitely be able to buy a Vale, or I should say almost definitely this round. And besides that, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. I could buy a Beast Brother Ambassador, has 2 Guardian symbols, and if I get a victory point card, which unfortunately none of these currently have, he would get me some spirits. I could instead get this Pack Gardener, because she's going to add more Fertile Soil, so I'll keep on gaining more mana production, and ooh, it also gets me a spirit, so yeah, I kind of like that one. And I do have a blank for it, that's the important part. Now let's not forget my green spirit and my wild. I've got 2 level 1 Vales I can buy. River Hollow Fishing Town. 2 victory points. Ooh, when bought, if you have at least 2 negative victory points, gain 2 mana immediately? Wait a second. Oh man, this changes my entire turn. Why buy a little dinky thing when I can get something for 6? Now just to check, the other option is the Keep. 1 victory point, and when I buy it, I reserve 1 advancement. Reserving it means I pull it aside and only I can buy it. That can be useful to stop the AI from getting something really nasty, but I don't see anything ridiculous for them to buy right now. Let's go ahead and do River Hollow Fishing Town first. 2 victory points, and I gain 2 mana this turn. That's great. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still can't afford any of the level 3s. But I've got 2 of these Suncaster Seers, and also a Mana Stone Worm. Ooh, 1 victory point every time he comes out, and 1 mana, and a spirit, yes. I'm kind of going towards the Suncaster Seer because I don't have as much of the yellow spirits, I don't think. I think I have at least 1 of the brown ones already. And it's a little ability to make me not spoil by taking negative victory points. If I do get out my Titan and he does work the way I want him to, then that should be able to kind of cancel it out. I think I'll buy the one that's on the bottom, and pair her with the Wild, because I'd rather have both those come out at the same time to let me buy a really nice Vale. I just paid attention. The AI is going to buy the leftmost level 2 in a second. She's a 1 victory point, and the one's coming out is a 3 victory point. So, okay, you know, I think I'm supposed to have these face down, so I should not know that. In fact, I don't know it anymore, so I will still buy it, and we'll just see what he gets. Okay, it's another level 1 victory point, so that's okay. All right, let's see what we got. That's got 1 canceling, so that's 2. Ah, there's 3. That was a short run. And all the AI is buying is that Rancor. He seems to like those. All right, let's see. What have I got? Got just a brown spirit. That won't get me anything by itself. I've got just 1. Oh, no, that's right. 1, 2, so... Oh, 7 mana. Heck yes. Yeah, I could actually afford a level 3 with 3 victory points. So he has a decay himself. If there's another decay on the card, that can be terrible, by the way. Having 2 decay is really dangerous because you can automatically spoil if you turn up 2 tokens at once. But that would give me 2 victory points every time he comes out. And he gains me 1 mana for every other card in my field. Ah, he's really nice. And I do have a curse land he would fit on, but again, that's a really big risk. But hey, you know what? No risk, no reward. Let's try it out and hope we don't die. Right, let's see, the AI's getting the rightmost Vale 1 in the middle, advancement 2. So 1 victory point and no victory points. I love that. And darn, you know, he's about to get the middle advancement, which is the exact same one I bought. Another copy of it came out, so he's going to get 3 victory points from that. Whoops, you know, I forgot to do my planting. Blight Troll. I got to throw away 2 cards. I guess I'll keep my Titan out. Man, I really want to get this guy advanced so I can start getting rid of these negative victory points. But at the moment, I have no way to do it. You know, I just had a thought. I could buy this Ice Spire for 2 mana. And it would let me sacrifice this card to reserve 1 advancement so I could take that level 3 away from the AI and not let them get those victory points. But sadly, you can't use an ability from a Vale the turn you buy it, so not really going to help me out. All right, so instead of pushing, I think I'll just take this Marsh Ogre. He's going to give me 1 victory point every time he shows up. And since I already have 1 decay symbol on the combined card, if I get another one from a middle effect, he'll add a growth to cancel it out. So that's kind of a nice thing waiting. All right, let's see how, yeah, we would have spoiled. Oh my gosh. Well, I gotta push, I guess. I can't just take 1 mana, right? All right, the AI is unfortunately taking that 3 victory point middle advancement that I couldn't stop him from getting. And the replacement is a level 4, so he's going to go into his own little row that the AI can't buy from, and then it's immediately replaced. Well, actually, never mind. He's just going to go away immediately. Anytime you get something that relies on having more than 1 player in the solo mode, you just remove it and draw a new card. Oh, but there's also level 4, which is good, because I don't want him to have to buy a 4 victory point thing. Oh, choose 1 card in any opponent's field. Never mind, gone. Another level 4. Mike needs to shuffle better. Oh my god. He's worth 5 victory points. It gets you 10, but he costs 25? What the heck? Okay, but finally we get somebody that is not going to do anything nasty. All right, so nice little fact here. I just counted through my discard pile, and I've drawn all of my cursed lands, and I think I have all my additional decays in there. So I'm going to go ahead and push. Yes. 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 And okay, I'll stop there, because if I take away that on deck card, I'll have to shuffle and reveal a new one. All right, so this became a pretty nice turn. I'm getting 1 victory point. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm liking this Lurcher that just popped up. He's got a growth. He's got a spirit symbol. He's worth a victory point. Although he will give me more negative victory points, and we'll see if the game lasts long enough for me to get rid of him. Yeah, I can do the trick again where I put him on a cursed land. So now I've basically taken one of those out of my deck. Nice. All right, so I got to reshuffle. Yikes. Okay, so what is this card? It's... Oh, that's right. This is the one that... So it's 3 minus 1. It's 2 Blight all by itself for 2 decay, but that's good because it came out when it wouldn't make me automatically spoil. I can discard one of my last 2 cards, but I don't want to. I mean, this is getting me 2 victory points plus extra mana, so no, I'll let that ride. Yes, come on. Yes. And okay, that cancels that out, so there we go. This is going to be a crazy turn. Yes. And that cancels that out. Oh my gosh, a lot of negative victory points, though. All right, so there we go. I've got 2 Blight in the field and 1 right there. But before we get to that, the AI is going to buy a level 1 Vale and a level 2 advancement again and get 1 victory point, so they're going to start accelerating the endgame. That is 2 victory points from the cards. Not too terrible. All right, as for my turn, what the heck? I've got 4 negative victory points. But then, because this card has at least 2 decay symbols on it, I get 2 victory points. And I've got the Suncaster Seer where I could push and take more negative victory points, but that seems like a terrible idea. Oh, and let's see. Oh my gosh, this card. I'm gaining 1 mana for every other card in my field. What? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm also getting 6 more mana. So this is a 14 mana card right now. That's 16, 18, 19, 20. Oh man, I thought I might be able to get that huge level 4 I saw. Oh, whoops, this is a level 4, so this should have been replaced already. So see, I could buy this level 4. It's got a wild symbol. It can be replaced. When bought, reveal 4 random leaders from the box. You may unsleeve any advancements on a card. If possible, sleeve 1 leader on a blank card in your field on its upgraded side. Oh wait, but that's weird because it's Titan, so I guess I would just gain the upgrade right away? Oh my gosh, that's kind of huge. Although, I don't think this works with the Titans, because you can't sleeve them on their upgraded side, so I'll just assume that its effect is kind of null and not worry about it. That really brings us to the level 3s. I'm actually not going to be able to spend all 20 of my mana no matter what. So we got a Sandshade, which the AI is about to buy. That's 2 victory points. It gets me 3 victory points every time it comes out. Nice and simple. Merc Stalker, 2 victory points. Gets me 1 victory point and a Spirit Symbol. When played, search your deck or discard pile for a card with a combined advancement cost of 6 or less mana and add it to your field. That's really nice. Then finally, more negative victory points. And a Decay Symbol. Oh, geez, but he gets you 4 victory points every time he comes out, but now that seems too rough. Okay, so I'm going to buy both of these, I guess. So let's see, they're both middle cards, which means literally I can only put them on the Fertile Soil or on blank cards. Before I buy any of those, let's check what my options are for the Vale, since that can affect things, as we saw. So I've got 1 green, 1 white, 1 wild, another green, and a brown. So that's 2 green, 1 brown, 1 white, and a wild. And get up to 2 of these. Ooh, wow. 1 mana every harvest phase? That's pretty amazing. And these symbols mean you can use any color for it, so I would be able to get that and just have 1 left over. If I got the Dawnseeker Temple, I do have at least 4 negatives. I would gain 4 mana. That would get me to 24. Again, not quite enough for Crazy Boy over here. I can't get either of these really valuable ones because I don't have enough of the same type. Darn. I think I want the permanent 1 bonus every turn. Although, man, I could get the Moonshard Field and one of these other ones for a bunch more victory points. But yeah, I'm going to get this one. Okay. All right, so if it didn't change anything, so let's go ahead and sleeve these. And we flip up. Okay, the AI is going to get, another Sandshade for 2 victory points. Before that happens, let's plant. Okay, we don't have enough yet to cancel that out. And okay, there we go. That guy just loves to be on top when I'm about to spoil. The AI, as noted, gains the Sandshade and 1 victory point. But we just keep track. We have 17 of the original 23, but things will kick up very quickly. All right, so what have I got here? Just 2 mana and a victory point? That doesn't seem worth it. Oh, but if I push and spoil, I'll lose the victory point from that and from that. That's harsh. And we know we've got just chock full of decay symbols in here, probably because I had such a long run. So yeah, let's just stop there. So we'll get the 1 victory point. And for the 2, I guess I'll just buy a Fertile Soil. All right, boring turn there. Let's plant. Oh, okay. Would have been okay with that, but then we would have spoiled. Okay, this is looking like a better turn. Titan still hasn't come out. I gotta upgrade that guy. I'm probably never gonna get rid of these negatives. Oh man, I wish I could have prevented this, but the AI is gonna get one of those 5 victory point Vales I could barely not afford. All right, if I stop here, I've got 4 mana and a victory point. That seems good enough. Oh, and I forgot, I get +1 mana every turn, so I actually have 5. All right, I guess let's get the Suncaster Seer and put her on something. I guess it's Fertile Soil. Or no, let's put her on this and get a bunch of mana when she's drawn. All right, let's see. Yeah, like I thought. Oh man, there's my Titan. Oh, and the Blight Troll. I have to discard my Titan and that other card? Yeah, you jerk. Now, this next one is interesting. It punishes you if you exhausted the level 1 advancements too quickly, because it's going to buy 2 level 1 advancements, and remember, if they run out, you pull from level 2, so they'd be getting more victory points. But I did not do that. They have exactly, I've run out of level 1 advancements. They're going to get these 2 that are worth no victory points, and they'll be replaced with level 2s. I'm also getting 2 victory points from the pot. No. All right, what the heck? I'm definitely going to push, because why not? My new on-deck card. I need to get to better stuff. I'm going to push. Darn it. All right, so I do spoil, but I mean, that card will stay around, but those are gone. I get this back. And the AI is not messing around. He's going to get a level 2 Vale. It's one of the 5 victory point ones again. And a 2 victory point level 3, and 2 more of these. Jeez. I forgot to plant for my turn. Let's see if there's anything good in here. Okay, so that's only 1, because those cancel out. Oh, when played, search your deck or discard pile for a card with a combined advancement cost of 6 or less and add it to your field. Nice. Well, the only real one to consider is the double mana, but I'm okay with that. So I've still only got 1 decay total showing. There's 2. There's my new Sandshade. Nice. Oh, Fairy Dance. I can discard one of the last 2 cards. You know what? Let's get rid of this, because I want to get to my Titan if I can. So that'll take away 1 decay. I'm back down to 1. Okay, nice. Ah, yes, there we go. I can definitely upgrade in this turn. Okay, there's 2, but I can take negative victory points to cancel spoiling. Well, let's see. Oh, crud. All right, I guess I have to use that. Oh, it sucks because that's my best card. Yeah, twice per turn, if you were to spoil, you may gain 2 negative victory points and discard your on-deck card instead. So we'll have to do that. All right, there we go. And my new on-deck card is blank. So I actually keep on going. Okay, this is going to be my entire deck. Okay, stop there. I'll put this up here so you can see better. All right, so gosh, what do I have? I'm gaining 6 victory points. But then I'm getting 1 negative victory point. The bad thing is there's only 4 of them left, so I'm only going to get a couple turns to try to get rid of these negative ones. And let's see. Let's do my Vales first. I've got green, brown, white. Now, it's worth noting I could save my 6 mana and use green, brown, white to flip it and just have an extra green and brown left. Although green and brown won't buy me anything. Ooh, 2 green, 2 brown, and a white for 5 victory points? Yes. Yeah, I'm not even going to look at the other ones. I'm definitely getting this. All right, so we'll have to spend 6 mana to flip him. Let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I get 1 more from my Vale, so that's 11. So after I spend 6 to flip him, I've got 5 left. Now, the turn I flip him, I can't use his advanced power, but I can use this power, so I'll be able to buy things with the helmets on them for cheaper. He actually comes out of the cards, so that is blank now. And there's really no choice what I'm going to buy. This guy's only 4, but he's worth 3 victory points. I'm not going to get much better than that. He gains a bonus from being on a card with a white and a wild, but that's never really going to happen. So whatever, let's put him on the blank card the Titan came from. All right, this is a pretty important turn. I want to get out some cards so that I can use my Titan's ability and discard some stuff. So this is a nothing. The growth cancels the decay. So that's 1 decay. And we're going right back through. Okay, there's a second one. And there's a third one, so we'll stop there for now. All right, probably the final AI turn, well, except for after mine. So he's gaining a level 2 Vale, level 3 advancements, and 3 victory points. That leaves only 1 left in the pool, so if I don't get it, he will. He's going to get a 2 victory point card and a 3 victory point card. Yikes. All right, so this will be a very important turn. Each card in my field gains 1 Guardian symbol until end of turn, and then I may discard 1 negative victory point for each Guardian symbol in my field. So basically, every extra card I get out will be negative victory points gone. And then it's really complicated because the Suncaster Seal can give me 2 negative victory points to get rid of a card twice. I'm about to have a second one out. So I could, theoretically go through almost my entire deck. Let's try for it. So I'm definitely going to push. So that's 3 symbols total right now. Okay, that one's fine. Oh, when played, I can search my deck or discard pile for a card with a combined advancement cost of 6 or less and add it to your field. All right, so I'll go ahead and play that. I guess I search first before I shuffle and flip over my new on-deck card. Funny enough, none of my 6 or less cards are super great, so I think I'll get this guy for the spirit symbol, I guess. All right, let's see. Ah, still good. Do we stop? No, we don't stop. Oh, still good, and 3 victory points. We definitely don't stop. Oh my gosh, still good. I can discard one of my last 2 cards. I'm not going to do that. Do we stop now? Oh, man. A lot of these are going to be decay, which means I have to take a lot of negative victory points. Okay, you know what? Let's stop there. I think that's pretty good. All right, so I have to get 3 negative victory points and 5 positive victory points. Now, it does finish out the pool, but I still get my full victory points. I just take them from the box. If you have the most black, gain 2. It said to discard every card that mentioned other players, but I don't know if the most technically mentions. I'm going to say it doesn't get 2 victory points. Why not? All right, so I got a lot of stuff. 2 brown, 2 white, and 1 wild. Looking at the Vales, unfortunately my options aren't too great. I can get the Magma Titan Forge with my wild, but that's only worth 1. Can't get that because I can't get 2 greens. I can't get that. I can't get that. All right, so I guess I'm looking at level 1s. And yeah, I can't get the 2 greens, so I'm just going to get the 2 that are actually worth victory points to me. That's fine. Now let's see who win bought. This one, I get 4 more mana this turn. That's nice. So with my +1 mana from my other Vale, that's +5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Not bad. Let's see. I have no special powers, so might as well go and use this. So every one of them will count as having a guardian symbol. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then I'll discard 1 negative victory point. Oh, so that's great. I get rid of 11 out of 12. That's clearly a huge boost to my score. Thank God I got that in. Let's see. Looking at the level 3s that I can buy, because remember I can only buy 2. I can get up to 19 with that. So I don't want to buy this one because that's the leftmost and he's about to get it, and 2 is not necessarily the highest he might get, so I don't want to take a chance. So I'll just buy both of these. Don't really care where they're going. I'm just getting them for their 4 victory points. I mean, I can fit him somewhere, so who cares? All right, that is it. He's going to buy a level 2 Vale, level 3 advancement, get 4 more victory points, and then we'll see who won. It was unfortunately a big turn for him. That's 5-9. Geez. All right, so all we do is count up all the victory point values in the corner of all my advancements that are showing, plus my Titan, plus the points I gain, minus the 1 negative. And I don't want to forget the Vales I bought. We do the same for the AI. And he gets the bonus value of the Nemesis, because of course he does. So let's start out with the basics. I've got 18 victory points from tokens, and he's got 14. So if we're kind of canceling out, then I'm ahead by 4 right now. All right, so ahead by 4. Let's see how he did. 40, 41, 42. So 42 plus 14, that's 56 total. And if I take away my bonus of 4, then he is currently beating me by 38. All right, let's see how I compare. 31, 32, 33, 36. All right, so 36 plus 18, that puts me at 54. And that is just 2 points shy of the boss, darn it. So there you go, that is Mystic Vale with the Nemesis expansion, playing solo. Check out the review if you're interested. Good gaming, and we'll see you at the next stop.